AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weed, LLC.
Michelle, producer, based over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weed.
What's going on, everybody? Ain't been doing this in a while. But we back. It's episode 91. Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Hill. Hill go Hill regardless, baby. Let's get it. Who I got with me though?
You know what you got. You got AJ El Presidente in the building. I know y'all so happy to not see it's just me today.
Boy.
I mean, you held it down. I kind of enjoyed that episode, but you got your boy Cannon with you as always. So, shout out to the Washington football team.
What's this, 4-4? What we doing? What's this?
4-4? As you can see, we have a fourth member today. You know what I'm saying? We going on. He's running on the fast break with us. It's our guy, Tory, Fantasy Football League championship. His first time in the league. He said he was coming in. He was going to win, and he did not lie. Boy came in and drafted well, played well. He did everything right. So go ahead, introduce yourself, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Tory, aka Cassius. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to be here with you guys, man. Get to talk some ball, talk some different things, man. It's gonna be fun. I've been looking forward to this for a minute, so we're gonna have a great time, man.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit of a brief, synopsis about yourself, though.
Word. So I'm from Houston, Texas originally. I went to University of Texas, H-Town representative, you already know. Went to University of Texas. I'm a noob, obviously, just like everybody else in the group. So that's without being said. I'm a high school teacher. I coach football, basketball, and now I actually coach baseball now. So I've been doing it. Yeah, I'm in baseball now. So I've been coaching. I think this was year 8 for me. So that's what I do. That's what I love. Hopefully at some point I'll move out of high school on to college or even further. That's kind of like my goals and aspirations. But I've been a football guy my whole life. Sports guy, love it. So it's gonna be great to get to talk ball with you guys and get to laugh and some of that stuff. Talk some trash to AJ a little bit later. So it should be fun.
You actually play football as well, right?
I did, man. Yeah, so I played Channelview High School out here in Houston. Shout out Jalen Hurts. His dad was actually my high school coach. Okay. Jalen went to the same school as me. I coached Jalen actually while he was in high school. So from that same path. I played there. I had some offers to some small schools. But I got a full academic scholarship to Texas, so I took that instead. Okay. Sometimes I regret it because I missed the ball, but at the same time, it was like I had to do what was best. I realized I wasn't going to the league at that point, so go find something else. So
you're smart, bro. I'll commend you on that. That was a smart decision, man.
Absolutely.
Y'all made a coaching change, right?
We did. We just did. Yeah, man, we did. I'm still wayward about it. Yeah, I'm a little wayward about it, man. I wasn't big on the Tom Herman hire originally. I didn't think they gave Charlie Strong enough time to make the changes he was going to do. You know what I mean? They knew he was going to come in there. He wanted to change the culture. He was going to clean house, which meant he was going to get rid of some guys that they probably needed, but just didn't fit the culture. And, once that happened, we kind of took a little downfall. I think losing to Kansas is kind of what hurt him the most is when he lost to Kansas that year.
Kansas.
But at the same time,
Kansas was balling that year though.
They were. They were. That was probably their best year in like 15, 20 years.
It's Kansas, bro. And like if you Texas, that's a fireable offense. I don't care if they went undefeated.
The boosters had it out for Charlie Strong the moment he
on the jump.
Yeah, they 100%. We all discussed that.
But look, Tory, I wanted to ask you this one question. I never knew about your academic scholarship, and we always talk about student athletes up here and how you pretty much can't do anything. Like you can't receive any money from anybody or do all of these things when you're on an athletic scholarship. So tell me about the parameters of your academic scholarship. Were you able to just, if I wanted to send you $1,000, could I send you $1,000?
Probably so, absolutely.
So why do you think, let me ask you that, and this is off script, fellas, my bad, but I feel like this
ain't
is
no
good.
script.
Exactly, ain't no script. But why do you think that a student that's on an academic scholarship can get benefits from wherever they need, but a student on an athletic scholarship cannot?
Man, that's a question that I don't necessarily have an answer to. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest. You know, I most of my close friends all played ball. We were in school, whether it was basketball or football, and you know, it was times where like we'd be out, you know, go get food, and like, hey yo, can you buy my Whataburger? Can you buy my pizza? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, of course I got you, but it's just insane that you make millions of dollars for this university, but you don't got money to go get food while we here during Christmas break. You know what I mean? And it bothers me, man. That's one part of the, you know, college that I dislike a lot, is that, you know, it's I hate to make that, you know, comparison, but it's almost like slavery. Like, I mean, they're like, oh, we pay for you to go to school. Well, I mean, they pay for me to go to school too. So what does that mean?
That's,
you know what I mean? They earn that.
Man.
But at the same time, I'm still here. You know, I can't go get a job to work for myself because of the time commitment that I'm giving to you. So what do you expect? What do you expect me to do? You know, and I've seen, you know, these kind of things happen. You know, at the University of Texas, it's the richest program in America. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and these guys don't have money. And we talking about, I'm not talking about scrubs. We talking about top tier, first round drafted dudes. And it's just like, how does that happen? How do you put these guys in that situation? So it looks like they're trying to make a change with the Tide, and they're trying to find some way to allow them to make money. The only thing, you know, kind of devil's advocate is just like, how do you make it fair? It's just kind of like the biggest argument that I see against it is because, like, okay, at Texas, I can pay a kid $100,000, $500,000, but at SMU or, you know, U of H, a smaller school that doesn't have those resources, they can't. Then you kind of stack the deck against those other schools. So that's my only like little thing about it. But at the same time, it's like, hey, survival of the fittest at this point. Like, get what you can.
But I know we discussed the term fair, because I know at times people have talked about, oh, but what about, you know, the volleyball team or something like that? Right. When you are in an executive position at Apple, you're going to make a lot more money than someone who is in a customer facing role at McDonald's, because that skill set that you bring is going to bring in more money. It's more valuable. So I understand, you know, what people are trying to talk about, but fair. But why are you worried about fair now when you haven't been fair in the past? Because how much money did they pay for Tom Herman's buyout?
Like $40 million or something crazy like that.
Think about how much money you are able to come up with just like that, because you are to pay him to leave. You're paying this man to leave. You can't tell me that there's not enough money to go around for these players, because split that 40 million up. I'm sure that's plenty enough to fund a couple of athletic programs. Plus, I mean, the boosters, they're willing to pay, but the NCAA, they got the pretty Tony philosophy, which is I treat all my bitches the same. I keep them broke. Bitch woke up one morning with some money. She's subject to go crazy. So that's So that's why they do what they do. And that's why they're so worried about fair now. Because guess what? Don't nobody say, oh, it's not fair for a coach at Alabama to be making, you know, tens of millions of dollars, but the coach at SMU to only be making six figures. They don't care about fair then. Because they understand. They understand what it takes to be a coach at Alabama and a coach to be at SMU. So I understand what it takes to be a player at Alabama and a player at SMU. And the same, and that's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, the NCAA is $1 billion corporation. Y'all not paying them nothing. Do you know, maybe if you just paid take some of this money that you're making,
it's racketeering, bro.
And pay every student athlete $50,000.
Everyone.
You can do it. Yeah. Treat their time that they're doing their athletic activities like a job.
As a job. Yeah. Give them an hourly wage.
Give them an hourly. Give
Oh,
them
I
I
don't
wanted
want
them
work
to get
nowhere.
minimum wage. I just wanted them to get minimum wage for their time that they spend. That's all I want.
Literally, if you do,
Some-
and that's another thing. Do the state's minimum wage and just be like, look, this is I get because the football influences so much. I guarantee you, if you said, hey, the state minimum wage is $15 in Texas, but the state minimum wage in Florida is $10. I guarantee you that Florida minimum wage would come up if they paid them students them student athletes minimum wage. Because guess what? They trying to get that money for that school, and all of like these politicians, they went to these schools, so they be boosters. These people in charge, they've been in all of these places, so they want to see their football team good. So they're gonna talk to their friends in in high places and say, hey, we need to change this because I need this 5-star quarterback to come here instead of and to keep them from going to Texas.
Right.
One thing I need for the Facebook user to use, hit that link so you can we can see your name. We can see your name, your picture, and everything, so we can actually acknowledge who you really are instead of seeing Facebook user. I know Cannon said we don't have a script, but one thing we do before every episode is introduce the episode. Nah, we got right into it. It's episode 91. Y'all know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. And let's get it again.
Yes, sir. So, man, look, it's the big elephant in the room. Like, how y'all feel about that? Y'all president is on some old.
Hold on, L.
I'm taking my ball home. Huh?
No, I was saying
What's
AJ
up,
puts the link back up again. He said the person said he couldn't click it.
All right.
So separate.
But yeah, y'all.
Go ahead, my fault.
Y'all president, he done said pretty much. My mom done told me I gotta go home. I'm taking my ball. Y'all can't play no more. That's basically what he done.
Your former president. Let's say that. Your former president.
I mean, he was never my president. That's why I said y'all in the first place.
He got a couple more weeks.
But hey, he
about 12 days.
Well, get him up out.
He won't never mind though.
It's just looking. It's looking real funny how they treating those protesters, those individuals,
white folks.
Man, get those son of a bitches out the Capitol.
Right. Get them out.
Straight up. If I kneel, I'm a son of a bitch. If I storm the Capitol,
we love you. He said we love you.
Yeah, he said we love you, bro. He said I love you. I love y'all. Y'all are special.
He still called us bad and evil. He still threw us out there. Come on now.
But remember, in Charlottesville, it was good people on both sides. Now it ain't no good people on both sides. It's just, hey, we know what y'all doing. These motherfuckers, these people over here is evil. And so that's why, look, I hate to say it. Whatever happens to those folks today, you got what you deserve. Whether they get out scot-free or something, you got what you deserve.
I put it in your DM.
Guess what? Look, because from the time, like Smokey, shoot his ass. Shoot him. Hey, guess what? Look, you ain't supposed to be there. I've been to the Capitol building. I took a tour inside the Capitol before. Because guess what?
The correct way.
It's a whole lot of shit you got to do to get in there.
A lot of shit, bro.
And when I went in there, they didn't just have batons and flashlights. Oh, they had guns. They had gun guns.
They had them yappers.
Automatics.
Like sticks. They had muscles. And I ain't talking about the janitorial crew. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't understand how, I saw a video where literally the Capitol Police, they opened the gates and let them walk in.
Yeah,
they moved the barricades.
They moved the barricade. They moved the barricade, let them walk in. And I saw another one where people were smashing out the windows of the Capitol building. To me, that is a historical monument. Who knows how long those glass windows of the U.S. Capitol building have been there? Right. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what president was in office, what senators was in office?
Yeah, that's a fact.
That those glass windows were put on the Capitol building, because when I went there, the atrium, they were talking about, this shit was built in 1800s and this and that. They were telling us it's statues in there that's been there forever. Oh, remember in Richmond? Oh, arrest anybody that defaces a monument. That's a federal crime. Minimum 10 years. A minimum 10 years in jail.
And they up there taking selfies, bro. They taking selfies.
A motherfucker took a podium.
Took the podium, bro. And that podium been there for a minute.
And they bold. They ain't got no mask on, nothing. They just went up in there.
I seen a couple with masks on, but for the most part, they definitely don't have masks on. And so, like now, before you even bring the people who actually work in that building, they gotta do a deep cleaning and everything because, bro, it's. I'm pretty sure it's
still in the middle of COVID. Absolutely.
And what I want to know is, what if they got in while Congress was in session? What if they couldn't get certain senators out in time? What if Kamala Harris was in there, the vice president of the United States,
at all costs?
What if I haven't seen nobody get body slammed like I've seen during Black Lives Matter protests. I haven't seen no tear gas canisters fly. I haven't seen nobody dragged out, stomped out, and handcuffed. I ain't seen not a good goddamn of that. I'm just trying to figure out, for the president that believes in law and order, there's your law and your order. Because I'm trying to figure out, blue lives don't matter because y'all disrespecting the police, right? I seen y'all chasing them.
Man,
I thought blue lives meant something.
I seen a video of a black officer just looking like he about to get stampeded, and he didn't even pull out his strap. And I'm confused.
They said that they didn't have any. They said that they were only armed with pepper spray, and that's what bewildered me. I was bewildered. Like AJ said, Liam and I, we ride our bikes around the Capitol, bro, and they are armed to the T. Like, they don't even let you go on certain bike paths if you look a certain way. So it's like,
damn,
the fact that they only have pepper spray, and like you said, someone about to stampede me and I don't have nothing. It's like, bro, if they just said that 10 black people were trying to go to the Capitol building, they would have sent the National Guard, bro, for 10 black people.
During the Black Lives Matter thing, they had the whole army on the steps, strapped, ready, waiting. Bro, I read a story. It was like in 2013. A black lady, I guess she was going through some mental things, was trying to drive her car to the Capitol. Yep. They shot the lady in her car with her daughter. That. She wasn't armed, none of that. Yep. She wasn't even she couldn't even get past the barricade. She just crashed into it. They shot and killed this lady. So but these people in here with guns, they shooting in here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Cannon Hill we've all lived in the DMV area before. I've taken when families come to visit, I've taken them to the monuments. If you get too close to certain federal buildings, the police or Secret Service will come and say, hey, back the fuck up. Like no game played. But you got people, and what kills me is when the Black Lives Matter protest was going on, the National Guard, all of that stuff was already prepared. They were there, ready to go.
They were waiting.
It wasn't like this protest was just like came out of nowhere and it was just spontaneous. We knew about this prior to as well. So for the Black Lives Matter protest, they caught these motherfuckers getting off the train. Why y'all not prepared? Like, why y'all not there right now? That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
Makes no sense to me.
Absolutely not. It's just funny, but like I said, it's just funny how that one was treated versus how a peaceful protest is treated. Like
peaceful.
These motherfuckers is terrorists.
Straight up.
That's it. Let's call them what they are. Domestic terrorists.
That's it.
Like, I didn't thought we didn't like terrorists in this country because I've seen what happens to terrorists.
We're supposed to not negotiate with
something happens.
And that's domestic or foreign.
I've seen men, women, and children get blowed the fuck up because they just were standing next to a terrorist. It's a whole mob of terrorists. Just it's grenades. You gonna hit something.
Yep. And on top of that, the president dude, he inciting the shit. He committing treason.
Yeah, he is, man.
He damn near inciting the shit, bro.
He's still saying that the election came on today. He said they stole the election. It's fraudulent. And you think that these people are gonna go home when you're telling them that? You're telling them that while they're in the Capitol. Like, bro, he should be charged with inciting a riot. Like, honestly, the day he steps out of office, they should put this man in handcuffs. I hope
he'll make it out this weekend.
I hope he.
I just don't understand.
Yes.
Like for me, why is he going live talking about, hey, let's be peaceful when these motherfuckers?
He only went live because Joe Biden called him out and says, like, you're the president of the United States. Stand up and say something.
How can
he felt like he had to say something?
What does that do? These people are already rioting.
It's too late. It's too late.
If you're doing a bank robbery and somebody calls you and say, hey, bro, you come back. You have to pick up your phone. It's already too late. I'm already invested. So why are you going, hey guys, let's be peaceful? No, these motherfuckers is already out there. And we all know what an HBCU homecoming look like. When you get on the yard, all them people, you ain't got no service. We not watching nothing on social media. We not watching Fox News, NBC, trying to figure out what's going on. We got tunnel vision. So what you thought? They were about to be like, you know what? Oh, hey guys, wait, Trump, he's talking to us. We finna break some shit. And that's what they did. But I do want to know is why y'all ain't breaking to the White House to go visit y'all daddy? Like,
go see him. Yeah, go see that.
Why y'all breaking?
They would have had to shoot them.
Exactly.
He told them, don't do it. Don't come to the White House. I can't help y'all then.
Them Trump people, and he still would have been like, hell no, get away from me.
He called somebody and was like, look, y'all do this, but just don't bring that shit over here. Y'all go across the street, y'all do that shit over there. If y'all come over here, they gonna shoot y'all.
I'm pretty sure that's what all the reinforcements was at.
Around the corner.
Oh yeah. That nigga was locked in a bungalow somewhere.
Let's go ahead and get this detour. Let's bring it back to what we accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
I think I got I'm gonna call it a hypothetical, Cannon.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And we got a little inside joke about them hypotheticals, but I got a hypothetical. I think you're gonna like this one too, Tori.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna list y'all some quarterbacks. I had already wrote this like weeks ago, but I had Derek Carr, had Matthew Stafford, had Matt Ryan, Sam Darnold, and Carson Wentz. Who would you trade for if you was one of these teams, or would you just draft a quarterback? Now, the teams that I'm listing are Bears, Jags, Colts, Patriots, Broncos.
With that Broncos jersey on.
We gonna tell you right now, we got our quarterback. We got our quarterback. We got Drew Lock. We good. We good, bro. Trust me. I think Drew's gonna be fine, bro. It's early. You got to develop. I think he'll be fine. Like the pieces that they putting around him will be better. We're gonna have Von Miller back healthy. We're gonna have an early draft pick. I think we draft number 6, somewhere around there, or 9. Maybe it's 9. I think we draft 9. We draft number 9. We'll add another weapon on offense. I think we'll be fine, man. So let's take. I'm gonna take them out of that because I'm not taking nobody.
Okay.
If I'm them. But I will say that, go ahead, my bad.
No. The reason why I added y'all on the list because I am a Drew Lock fan. I do believe that he needs some time, but I also feel that the window of y'all, I believe the window may have closed already, but I do believe that because of the injuries that y'all had, if y'all would just get a legit quarterback, like a veteran, maybe possibly like Matthew Stafford, with those weapons, I believe that y'all can compete immediately.
Yeah, I think
that's why I added y'all on that list.
Immediately.
I feel what you're saying. I think that, but like, in my opinion, I just feel like once we come, if everything goes back to normal next year, we get Von back, the defense is gonna be better. We're gonna add some more weapons, I'm sure. I think that like the way he had these spurts, you know what I'm saying? He played very, very, very well against Kansas City the second time. He's had some games where he looked like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that he's just got to build on that. He just got to get better. He's a young guy. He didn't have a chance to develop under a veteran. They just kind of, he just kind of took. So that's my thing with them.
Let me say something. Playing good in spurts got Matt Flynn and Mike Glennon some jobs in the NFL.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Matt Flynn never played good in spurts. He played good one time.
But that's a little spurt. Look,
no. Drew Lock, he's a young player. Like Matt Flynn should have never had that. Like, come on, bro. That's an anomaly. But to your question, Hill, I think the only quarterback that's tradable for on this list, because I don't like trading for quarterbacks because they're gonna want an arm and a leg, and I'm not trading for Matty Ice.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to trade for Stafford, but I know they're going to want too much. So for me, if I was going to trade for a quarterback, it would have to be Sam Darnold, only because he's the youngest guy. I feel like because he hasn't performed the way that they may have necessarily wanted him to and built a resume like Stafford or Matty Ice, that I might get him for a good value.
Now, I didn't have your team on that list, but you can add your team on that list.
I mean, I'm saying any team. When I'm speaking this, I'm speaking for any team that's in quarterback need situation. So it's like I would stay away unless you can get a favorable deal for Matt Stafford, because it's two Matts. I was about to get confused. Yeah. But if you can get a favorable deal for Stafford, I really do like Stafford. But I feel like Detroit's going to want the house because that's their franchise.
Okay, go ahead, AJ.
I hate to go before you, Hill, because I think we might be on the same page. But I understand you might get Sam Darnold with maybe just giving up a pick, mm-hmm. and he's still on that kind of rookie mm-hmm. deal and stuff like that. But for me, I'm going with Derek Carr because I forgot about Carr. I was going to ask you. I think Derek Carr has shown the most promise. Remember, he got the Raiders to the playoffs before he broke his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr to me has the most upside, and then John Gruden wasn't a fan of Derek Carr, and you could tell that by the way he talked about Derek Carr and the way he treated Derek Carr. And so I've seen what it's like when a coach.
He should be a fan. He's a grinder.
But that's the thing. But I've seen what happens when a coach is not a fan of you. Mm-hmm. Look at Jeff Fisher with Vince Young.
Mm-hmm.
Vince Young, we seen what he could do. And before Jeff Fisher
put Eric's comment up there.
but before I'm gonna let you go here. But all I'm gonna say is I've seen what happens when a coach really isn't sold on you. At the first sign, they willing to move on from you. And that's really what happened. Yes, we saw what Mariota could do, but Derek Carr has that talent. The only thing that Mariota can really do that Derek Carr can't do is run like Mariota. He can't move like Mariota. But
I'm scared of Mariota.
Bro, when Derek Carr had Amari, let's not forget what Derek Carr was doing when he had Amari, and he was about to get them to the playoffs. Yeah. Derek Carr was looking like something.
And I really don't like Carr neither. I still would take Donald because y'all know how I feel about Carr. Prior to the leg injury, I felt like the media, they just gave Carr everything out of the gate. Like that's
what they just said, the hot new thing.
I know, man. And that's kind of personally made me not like him. So it's unfortunate for Carr, but it's kind of personal for me. I'm
not going Sam Darnold because I don't know nobody who ever called Mono as a grown ass man. After high school, I thought Mono stopped just like crabs.
No, you can catch it, especially if you work in a place like me and Tory. You could definitely get it.
My thing, I mean, I said, I wrote the
You want to work in the school?
I had this question. I had this question weeks ago, and like I said, we've been out for a while, and some things changed. So we definitely got to take the Jags out of the equation, out of this, because we know they're gonna draft Trevor Lawrence if they never got any sense. I believe, like I said, I believe the Colts and Carson Wentz are the perfect marriage. I don't think it should be enough. It shouldn't be hard to get. It shouldn't be hard to make it happen. I think they should
tough contract to take on though.
I think they should make something.
They don't have a quarterback. So it's like if he should give him the money.
Right.
Now it's the fact that the Eagles still gonna have to pay. Like the Eagles still
the Eagles gonna have that dead money. That's what they got that dead money in there from that.
So that's a good thing for the Colts.
Right, but it's for the Eagles. It's gonna hurt the Eagles trying to make the trade.
So they should try. They just work together and make it happen. You need a quarterback for the future. You're familiar with the coach and the quarterback. They got a connection. Make that happen. Y'all trying to get rid of your boy in Philly. Don't drag this longer than what it had to be. Just make it make sense.
But after benching Jalen and going with Nate Sudfeld, are they gonna trade Wentz?
We don't know what they're gonna do. At the end of the day, we don't know what they're gonna do. Because
I was looking at this. I was watching that game like this.
Everybody was, but Nate Sudfeld. You trying to see what Nate Sudfeld got?
Bro,
Really?
Nate Sudfeld used to
He been here for a while. I want to see what
I knew exactly what Nate Sudfeld had. Okay.
But the
Nate
thing is,
Daniel.
but the thing about the one team that I did
Exactly.
that I did
His
have on the
government.
list,
He had his government name in his back pocket.
the reason that I had the Bears on this list, they got to the playoff with Trubisky. They didn't pick up his option, so they
Mitch Vick, baby.
they gonna
Mitch
need a
Vick.
quarterback. They're gonna need a quarterback next year. What did the Bears do?
If I'm the Bears, to me, I would go Darnold. I would go Darnold. Because to me, Darnold still has the promise, and you've seen that you can get there with Mitch Trubisky. At least I know Sam Darnold is a little bit more accurate.
He better. No, I'm just flat out saying he better than Trubisky.
And so
you think so, Sam Darnold?
That's not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You can't say it.
No, man.
You can't. To me, you can't say it definitively. But I think
after that one play you sent me, AJ, I can't say it definitively.
Okay.
I wish I had that picture.
I feel
after that, you can say it. But what I'm saying is,
he went to the playoffs before.
I think with having Khalil Mack contract on your books and all of that stuff, and then damn, who in trouble?
TJ.
Damn, TJ. God damn, TJ. To me, having that Matt contract and still trying to continue to build, what you would have to give up and what you would have to pay Stafford versus the possible long term that you could get with Darnold, I would go ahead and get Darnold because his body. Because remember, Stafford broke his back. Stafford was playing with a broken back. He just was broken down because he was just trying to do every goddamn thing in Detroit. So at least if I get Darnold, all I know is, hey, stop kissing bitches. We might have you around for a full season. With Stafford, he old and he broken, so you never know what might happen. So I have the potential to kind of put talent around him. Because remember, what Darnold had in New York and what Trubisky had in Chicago is totally a lot different. And what I know about middle of the road quarterbacks, they look a lot better when they got talent around them.
Right.
Even elite quarterbacks look a lot better with talent.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So at the draft pick, they can't just draft a quarterback.
Who?
The Bears.
Well, they pick like 18
right now. So it just depends.
Right now. It depends on how the quarterbacks fall. I'm not gonna say don't bank. If I'm the Bears, I'm gonna try to get a free agent quarterback or a trade somehow. Okay. If it works, you see what I'm saying? What I'm not gonna do is someone hold me hostage for it. I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna stick with Mitch Vick and I'm gonna try to draft somebody, even if I feel like I can't get into the top part of the draft.
Hill, if I'm the Bears and I go the draft route. If I go to draft route, I'm getting Cam or Jameis, a quarterback that has done stuff in the league, that was a starter, that I can get for cheap, but I can get you to compete. And I'm gonna throw Andy Dalton in there too. That I've seen that have had success in this league, but
I'm keeping
I can get for the cheap. Yeah, but see the thing is, if you keep Andy Dalton and they re-sign Dak and bring Dak back. Andy knows that there's no chance he's going to be the starter unless he gets hurt. If I bring Andy in and then I draft the QB, at least Andy knows that I can beat out this rookie.
But once again, y'all trying to bring in outside people with the draft pick. Why not bring back Trubisky with the draft pick?
I
was talking to AJ right there, basically on that.
Because the thing about it is sometimes what happens is if I decline your 5th round option, you still gonna kind of want somewhere close to that unless you get a fresh start where you can kind of get a new shot. So I'm gonna just get rid of you and then bring someone else in that I know that I can get at a lower contract floor and still probably get a higher production ceiling.
Why not take the 5th year option then?
It's already declined. It's already declined.
If you already say I'm just going to get rid of you, your value ain't that high,
right?
But to you, because I've benched you. But guess what? It could have been somebody else that was saying,
anybody come try to trade from him.
Why when I know you gone after the end of the year?
I can get
you the free agent. Yeah,
But that's the thing, though. That's just like somebody saying like you don't renew your contract, and ain't nobody gonna trade for you. We just gonna wait for you anyway.
Who is this Facebook user that says laughing my ass off? Cam and Dalton done as starters, bros. I go Jameis though. I don't believe that Cam or Andy are done as starters. I feel like both. Bro, there's some trash QBs out there, and I hate when people just
AJ.
Bro, like Andy Dalton is better than he could start for he could have started for the Washington football team this year.
Absolutely.
Straight up. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He could have started in Jacksonville this year. He could have started in Miami this year. So it's like Cam could have started at all three places too. Did he have a bad year in with the Pats? Yes, but bro,
who did he have played?
They are a terrible team this year.
That's what I'm saying. Half the defense opted out.
Hey, if Cam had Terry McLaurin, he might have had more success.
I'm trying to say, bro, and a decent running game, and a decent line blocking.
Y'all didn't know I played for the
Steven Sims is decent too, man. People ask him.
I played for them dudes for a couple weeks this year. They terrible.
Who?
The Patriots. I played receiver. Y'all didn't see me. I was out there lined up. Shit, they played horrible. That's what I hate, bro. Like when Cam went there, and you start seeing everybody opting out and all that stuff. I was like, it's a setup, bro.
It is.
It's just I was like, it's gonna try to write this narrative about Cam can't do this. He's not this. He's a bad leader. He's that. Can't nobody win with that team.
Why you think Brady left?
Name me two receivers on the Patriots. Y'all might never do this because y'all do this, you know. But a regular person, you know what I'm saying? A regular person is not, you know what I'm saying, studying like that. Can't tell you nobody.
Boy in there, N'Keal Harry.
That was the first one.
Like, it's ridiculous. That's what I'm going to.
But when you I understand all that y'all saying about Cam. I'm with y'all. But like I said,
TJ, run, bro.
Yeah.
We finna get fucked up.
Yeah, TJ about to be out of there. She about to choke slam him.
I understand all y'all said about Cam, everything about the Patriots offense is 100% correct. I get all that. He still put out bad film.
Oh, bad film.
Y'all know how we doing our best to change it. We doing our best to change the narrative.
We're not arguing that.
But that mainstream media,
everybody knew that Tim Tebow couldn't throw the ball and gave Tim Tebow chances.
But let's use the Andy Dalton as a reference point, right?
Go ahead.
He put on in previous year before Burrow, Andy was putting out bad film. Cowboys said, we don't need you as a starter, but we do need you as a backup. Brought him on. Now he's put on good film. I think decent. I'm gonna say decent film. Okay. Let me not say good film, but he throws he can make. He can run the offense. He can do the 2-minute drill. He got some film out there, right? If I'm trash and I don't have a QB, I'm gonna take a hard look at Andy Dalton this year. And I feel like the same can happen for Cam. He just gotta, like Tory said, get in a position to where the narrative can't be painted for him, and that's got to be somewhere outside of Boston.
Right. Absolutely.
We gonna see.
We will.
I told her.
We figure out that Facebook user who put that up there, though.
We keep giving him the link, and he's not clicking it.
It's Reef.
It's Reef.
Oh,
I know it was Reef. I kind of figured.
He said this is Reef.
But I kind of figured how he was responding. I kind of figured it was him. I definitely need you to hit the link, bro, so we can see your face and your name, so we can give you the credit for what you're saying.
It's literally posted right there, right in front of you, Reef.
Tor, I texted you earlier. Said, "Hey, you go ahead and have that question, baby. Let's go."
All right, I got you. All right. Hopefully we'll get to fantasy stuff later because I really want to talk fantasy. But I'm gonna stick to my question though. So it's kind of a home question. As y'all know, Texas Longhorns is currently ranked number 4 in the country. How legit do you think they are? You think they got a shot? Because you watching people saying, "Oh, they could be a 1 seed." We were very, very impressive against Kansas. I have my take on the question, but I don't know what you guys think. Y'all think they legit? You think we got a shot? Basketball.
I think anything's possible, especially always in college basketball. I think any top 25 team coming into the season has a legitimate chance. It's all about coaching, continuity, and defense wins championships. So y'all did play a good game against Kansas. I want to see more before I'm sold. But I do think I like the program. I'm not mad at it. What you think, AJ?
So it's almost kind of just like what you said in college basketball, especially right now. If you get the right players, if you get the right continuity, anybody has a shot. Let's not forget Texas Tech made the Final Four last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Texas Tech made
the tournament got canceled.
So Texas Tech made the Final Four last year. Other team, there's always a team that just comes out of nowhere and they make a deep run. Especially if you are a high-ranked seed, you've already proven right now that you have, what it takes to beat good teams and stuff like that. And I'm gonna just be honest. Right now, I'm not paying attention to college sports because of the takes that I've had in the season. To me, it just feel like I don't feel right watching it. So, I haven't watched nobody. I haven't even watched Florida State this year for real. Especially like I've watched Florida State, and the one game that I actually watched was against Florida because it was a rivalry game, and then Keontae Johnson passed out on the floor, and it ended up being due to COVID. And so I was like, you know what? And I was like, that's why I ain't doing this shit, because they shouldn't be out there. And so right now, all I'm gonna say is everybody has a shot. Games getting canceled left and right, postponed, whatever. So as long as you win, who in front of you, you got a shot to make it in the tournament. And once again, like Eric said, it's all about matchups. And if you got good point guard play, you can go pretty damn far in the goddamn tournament.
But to piggyback on what Cannon said, continuity and coaching. And I like Shaka Smart. So the fact that he finally got the roster that he wanted, that he liked, that he can mold, that he can use. I feel that they can be a real threat. If you already ranked high already now, he's not about to let them falter as he as a coach. So I feel that they can do it. They can do their thing.
What I didn't mention about Shaka is, man, I will say he brought a new zone defense to college basketball when he was at VCU, and people don't understand it. It's not a regular 2-3. It's like a rotating zone. It's like a 2-3, except it changes to wherever the ball carrier is instead of just staying at the top of the key. It's like a floating zone, and a lot of teams have trouble if he can get this team to play that zone defense like how that VCU team did.
Then, 2-3 match is a different zone, man.
But every team that he's had since then hasn't been able to play it like that. So it's like players got to be able to understand what Shaka was trying to do with that. So let's see. This is the best team he's had since then, I think, far as talent-wise. So I think, and there's a lot of high IQ guys on the team, 2 in particular. So I think time will tell how the clock tick.
Right. Yeah, for me, man, it's kind of similar to like with the football thing about let somebody come in and do what they need to do to change the program. Everybody wanted to give up on them at one point. We went to the NIT, and I was frustrated for a while, man, because you got Mo Bamba, being a lottery pick. You got the Jared Allen, a lottery pick. You got the kid that's in New Orleans, was drafted, I think, number 18. So you got all these guys, the pieces, but it's like it's not producing. You go out and you lose to Kansas State and all these random teams. And so that kind of like was bothering me. But it's good to see now that like he's finally getting it going. He's still getting the recruits he needs. I think Greg Brown's a hell of a player. Probably win Big 12 Freshman of the Year. It's great to see Andrew Jones back. After his battle, he's playing lights out. Matt Coleman's being Matt Coleman. I think this team is like playing really well. My only thing is I want to see what happens against Baylor. Like against Kansas, I was impressed. We shot the ball very well. We played amazing defense. I want to say they were like 30% from the field, which is like outrageous. Like Kansas usually plays well. They score around the cup. So we played well. But I just want to see if they can keep it going. I'm trying not to get too like high on them right now, and then they end up letting me down later on. But I think that they like from the eye test, they definitely passed the eye test. And Shaka is doing an amazing job.
That's why you don't get to be a 4 seed preseason without having what you need. If you're 5 or better, like come on now, it's top 25. Come on, let's go.
Right.
Do you think the tournament being in one place this year in Indiana is going to be beneficial?
I think
gonna
that's going to be so beneficial. Can you imagine the strain that travel puts on these players, especially when you could have been playing on the East Coast last week and now you're on the West Coast? Like all of the travel, and plus with COVID, it just makes sense. Let us be stationary. Now, only thing I got to focus on is ball. I think it's going to be different locations in Indiana, though. I don't think it's going to be like one gym. I think
It can't because it can't. But here's my thing. The reason why I say it's going to be beneficial. Look at what role players did in the NBA bubble.
Yeah, right. They showed out.
It shows that crowd noise and a lot of that other shit really made a difference.
Yeah, Reef, we see you.
Yes, Reef. Thank you. We can finally see you, Reef. Jay Moore. It's Jay Moore. His name is Reef, and that's what we're talking about. God damn.
We gotta give you credit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Say some good things, man.
But yeah, I think it's definitely, that's why I think teams like Texas do have a shot, because yes, you will have players that may not have really been standout players, but they got the talent, are able to show up because a lot of that other shit that may fuck them up.
They ain't got it.
They don't have to worry about that now. So I think a whole lot of teams are gonna show up and show out in the tournament. And so that's just like bubble basketball. I think this might be one of the most fun tournaments we've seen in a while, because you're gonna have a lot more good players.
It's gonna be like AAU days.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like almost.
That I was feeling.
Oh, awesome, man.
AJ, you got us loaded up for the favorite game show.
Oh man, so we've introduced it and then we took a hiatus. So I know we left y'all hanging, but it is time for America's favorite game show. Yay! It is time for your favorite game show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, AJ El Presidente. Let's get ready for Fact or Cap. Hit us with the first question.
Hey, I'm so glad that we got our guy Reefus in the chat right now. So we're gonna start off with this one. Did the Niners have the most injuries in the NFL history?
Yes.
that might be fact.
That's a fact.
Motherfucking fact. And and quite honestly, this is so, you know how Sean McVay was the quote unquote genius for a while. This just shows that Shanahan tree is something fucking crazy.
Phenomenal.
To win the game, to win the games that they won, and to have all those injuries. And this is like, bro, I don't know why Nick Mullins is a household name. I shouldn't have seen him throw this many passes in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But they still getting wins.
Yeah.
And so to me,
next man up.
They bring like they lose Raheem Mostert. Motherfucker named Ricky James came in and had a motherfucker named Ricky James. That sounds like somebody that's finna fix your car. Could be the carburetor, could be the alternator. I don't know, but it's gonna cost you $400.
We had Hugh Jackson on here, and what did he say about Shanahan?
Hey,
he said he thought that he was the best doing it right now.
Yeah,
and he said that he thought that because of his ability to put his players in the best position. So what he did was say, when Ricky James had to come in, he went back to the tape of Ricky James prior to now, said, Rick, come in, man. What you do best? I'm throwing out everything that you can't do, and we're going to do what you do, Ricky.
But
and that's how he's had his success.
But just like
that defense trail too now.
It had injuries too, though.
It did have injuries to two. That both of their starting DNs. Like, come on, and they still got pressure on the quarterback.
Didn't they trade somebody? Didn't they trade somebody too?
Yeah, Sherman came back, and he was. Y'all know I don't even like Sherman, but I respect his comeback. I like stuff like that. Now you kind of won. You won a part of me, Sherman, because I have never liked you until you was able to still be solid coming off the Achilles, man. So I do respect that.
That boy was so far back, he was almost playing safety.
Almost playing safety. Hey, but it was
worried about that Achilles.
Hey, but he still, bro, he used his brain. He said, listen, I'm not fast enough. I gotta be back deeper. But guess what? He still read them quarterback eyes and still got picks, bro. So
he did.
Ricky, I don't give a good goddamn. It's close.
Richie James, that's what it was.
it still was we still got a part 2 of that.
Go ahead.
Can we blame the staff, the training staff, for their shortcomings?
Yes.
No, man.
Yes,
I'm
we
gonna say
can.
no.
Yes, we can.
I'm gonna say no.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait.
Hold on,
I'm
let me
saying
ask it again. Hold on, let me ask it
I'm
again.
saying cap.
Can you blame the training staff, San Francisco training staff, for their injury shortcomings? Fact or cap?
Fact.
Cap.
Fact.
Those defensive ends, those are freak injuries, bro. Like you can't blame the staff on that. How can I prevent that?
That was 2 people. They had 37 people on injured reserve.
I understand, but listen, bro.
Wait, Tory, let me finish.
COVID, man.
Tory, remember back in the Steve Nash days of the Phoenix Suns when people was like, yo, the Phoenix Suns got one of the best training staffs in the NBA because players, they was rarely getting hurt, and when they was getting hurt, they'd come back quick. I know personally I hate to bring them up because nobody gives a fuck about them, but every year the Bengals have tons of people on injured reserve, tons of stars on injured reserve. And that's because we don't do shit properly. We don't train properly. We don't have the indoor practice facility so people can continue to get the work. And so to me, the training staff, just like college football, the strength and conditioning coach is one of the most important people that you have. Like their strength and conditioning coach in college is the most important hire that you can have on your staff, because if you are doing the proper things, you can prevent some of these soft tissue issues. Yes, some of the injuries are freak accidents. You can step wrong and stuff like that. But if you are strengthening the right muscles, guess what?
But they didn't have time, bro, because of COVID. And that's why I say it's cap this year.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Like, because
my whole thing
you gotta understand, bro. You can't go out without training and go do that. They had no OTAs. They had none of that off-season stuff. They shortened the preseason, and all that stuff goes into it, bro. Yeah, right. And that's why it happened across the league. It just so happened more to them, but it's all about that. That's where them soft tissue injuries come from. Prevent that stuff in training, but they ain't got the time to do it.
But Tory, we know, like, regardless, how hands-on are how hands-on.
I like that. I like that.
How hands-on it, but didn't they have a lot of injuries last year? If I'm not mistaken.
Not like this, bro.
No,
this
not like this.
Not like this. No.
But that's my thing. So, but Tory, how hands-on is a football organization? Don't you know? Hey, we have. Hey, I need you. Are you here? I'm checking in.
Yes, but not during COVID.
Okay,
during COVID, they had no community. The offices were closed. They couldn't communicate to do nothing. So whatever they did, they had to do on their own. All the training, all the work they did, the players. So if you want to blame somebody, blame the players for not doing it on their own, because that's where it had to be.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? That's like that's where the blame got a lot, or with the NFL, because that happened. Like that's what I got 9 receivers that I play on varsity. 5 guys had a hamstring or ankle injury this year. 5 of my 9 at some point. Why? Because we couldn't. No, because we can't go in the weight room because of COVID. We had no off season, no summer. They left in March. I didn't see them again until September 8th.
So
come on, man.
Because of COVID. You see what I'm saying?
This is something that we did.
That's reality, AJ.
We did talk about this before the season. We said that it was going to be an extremely large amount of injuries because there was as much as players didn't want preseason is necessary, and so it seems like there was going to be a lot more injuries because some of those preseason injuries that we would have seen in camp, OTAs, and actual preseason games happened during the season. Yeah. So I'm definitely with y'all there, but I do think training staffs have a big part. But I will take a step back and say, you know what, I didn't take COVID into consideration, so that definitely played a big part in it.
I don't give a good goddamn. I know one thing: next year we better have a full off season. My team needs.
Yeah.
My team needs it too.
I'm saying everybody.
I don't get a lot of injuries too.
I'll talk about my team. My team need a full off season. We need every practice. We need every OTA. We need every mini camp. We need every training camp. We need every preseason. We need a Hall of Fame game. We need all that.
Not the Hall of Fame. Y'all always be in that joint too, man.
I don't care about y'all. I'm talking about my team. My team, we need an extra preseason. My team needs to keep practicing now. If you under contract, stay at the Star. I don't give a damn.
Valley Ranch.
Everybody. Bubble there. Don't go nowhere. Stay there. Watch
Hey,
all
air mattresses, fam. Pull out them air mattresses.
do all you got to do. We Sleep Number. We sponsored by Sleep Number. Do your thing.
It's a whole bar in there. Got everything you need, baby.
Yeah.
You got everything you need, all the luxuries.
Word.
I'm finna take a shot.
All right. Last question, man. Fact or cap? So best young teams in the NBA, man. We got ATL, Dallas, Phoenix, Charlotte, Sacramento, or Minnesota, and any other team that you feel is young that you want to add in, like the Knicks or somebody else.
Who's the best young team?
Yeah. Who you think? So far,
I'll go first. Man, that's a tough one. My pick, I say it's kind of cheating because you got the young boys and you got the old vet. I'm gonna say Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the young guys, they're playing very well together. But I mean, we got the old man you know what I'm saying? The old man bring everybody together and like, look, that's what we need to do.
Talking about CP.
So it's like, absolutely.
I forgot that he was there until you just said that. I'm like, they ain't got no old man in Phoenix.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So like it's kind of cheating, but I mean they're playing great basketball.
I like Phoenix too, man.
How far it's gonna go, what it's gonna correlate to, I don't know. They'll make the playoffs. Can it be the Lakers? Hell no.
I'm not playing on Phoenix, so I'm sold on Phoenix.
Before y'all go, let's talk about
that's fact. Phoenix is the best young team in the NBA. That's fact.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna disqualify Orlando because they've been to the playoff for the past 2 seasons
and ain't done nothing.
But they've been to the playoffs. They've been to the playoffs.
Swept. But that's the worst thing that you could do as an organization is make the playoffs and do nothing because you don't position yourself to get better now. As far as the draft, you so far back. You feel me?
But I think they got better because they ended up getting what's my boy? I like Cole Anthony.
Yeah, I do Cole Anthony. I mean, they just got lucky, and they got lucky, man. He shouldn't have been there when they drafted.
He shouldn't have.
We gonna hold on. I gotta read the Celtics. Are we gonna consider the Celtics as a young team?
I feel like they're veterans. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they 3 years in, right?
That's it. Just 3.
But I'm just saying, but after 3 years, you're considered a veteran, so they don't really have like Charlotte is young. You feel me? Atlanta's young.
I'm not even going to necessarily like consider them not being a young team.
I mean, they young. I guess you can do it.
Because like I think that they're a young team, but I think with them, just as a collective, they have a lot of veterans.
They do.
And then, well, like just like last year, I mean, they had Al Horford, they had Marcus Smart's not young.
Marcus Smart is a veteran, bro. Like,
yeah, so to me, they have a lot of they have a lot of veteran presence, and they have a lot of veteran presence that actually is going to play meaningful minutes. To me, a young team, you got just a whole bunch of young dudes out there getting it, and then you may have a veteran or two, but still, I think just overall, I don't think I would qualify them as
young Reef.
But
he just look old.
Yeah, he been through some things. But the core of
Youngstown, Ohio.
The core of the Hornets is definitely young. Miles is young.
That's why I don't know why Reef said that.
I'm going with the Hawks.
They're gonna lose. John
Collins. Yeah,
I think John Collins. I like the Hawks, but I think John Collins gonna get traded.
For who?
I think so.
Because they didn't they didn't come to an extension with him, and so I think they're gonna move him for somebody.
I think they will though.
I think they're gonna move him for somebody that they are 100% certain that they can keep around for.
Yeah, I thought we specifically talked about them last year. We said that bringing Collins back was essential for them.
We did, but that's not in there. They ain't working on it apparently.
But it takes two to tangle. It takes 2 to tangle. He might have declined, and he might say, you know what, I'm gonna ball this year. It's gonna
and want more money. Yeah,
and it's gonna
be making himself.
I ain't gonna front. I actually literally read a Bleacher Report story today that Phoenix Suns could actually trade for John Collins.
For who?
For Cam Johnson, Dario Saric, and protect the first round pick.
Once you throw in a protected first round, maybe. But those names, no, I'm not giving you Collins.
But the reason why
bang that thing the other night.
that's just at the center of my spine. I was like, oh shit! I was watching the game. I was like, oh shit.
People don't dunk like that
going
no
on
more.
here?
People don't dunk like that no more.
I was surprised.
He must have grew up in a single parent home because that's how
was frustrated
from a single parent home.
The way I'm gonna tell you the reason why I didn't have Sacramento on this list right now because of Luke Walton. He is ruining it.
He's trash.
He is ruining
the
it.
worst thing that could have happened.
Because they was on the brink of trying to get that last spot. And
remember when he became the coach? What did I say?
He said it.
So real quick, let me jump in here for what Reese said. The reason
off Steve's success, bro. Like,
got
the job.
They're
not doing nothing with it.
They're young age-wise, yes.
Wait, but they also have Tristan Thompson, Marcus Smart, Jeff Teague, and
they got
a veteran presence there.
And their young players have experience too, so it's like they're kind of different than all the other young.
Because outside of Devin Booker, even like DeAndre Ayton, he's young. Mikal Bridges, young. Cam Johnson, young. Yeah, about just like Booker's still young. Booker been in the league longer than Tatum and all them boys. But he's still young. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is the core, like that core group, and the vet, like you just throw in Chris Paul as the veteran.
Yeah. CP.
But everybody else is young. Like our starters are young.
Once you get an extension, they're young. I'm done with young.
That's right.
Okay. Wait. I didn't get to give my point real quick on what team I was gonna pick, and of course I was gonna pick the Phoenix Suns as well, just because I'm biased. But the reason why I was gonna say this is even before Chris Paul, they were doing like they did this in the bubble with adding Ricky Rubio, and remember last year DeAndre Ayton got suspended for 25 games, and then they were struggling. So I think had you to take that into account, having a full season of DeAndre Ayton with Devin Booker and a legitimate point guard, whether it had have been Ricky Rubio or Chris Paul, I don't necessarily say we started off as hot, but I still think we will be in a conversation of really good teams because, like I said before, I think what we gave away was some good young players with Kelly Oubre. And Kelly Oubre worked well in our system.
He did, man.
He really worked well in our system. He brought a lot of energy and hey, damn, TJ. Hold on.
TJ started the episode, man.
So what I was like, I think that with Monty Williams, to me, Monty Williams is one of that was the best addition we've made. Was an actual coach who was going to get the best out of the players that we had. Figure out a rotation and really put our players in a good position and get them to buy in. So that's why I'm going to go with it.
Definitely got to mention Cleveland because, like you said, Kyle Sexton had 20 points in every game. It didn't start.
And Darius Garland, he looking like it. Darius Garland looking like it.
Yeah, so it's like, and then they got their nickname, Sexland.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a nickname, we got.
I'm not gonna mention that name in the Me Too movement, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. They definitely should retweet that.
Yeah,
but, Cleveland definitely needs some recognition. But like,
I was gonna bring them up too because I like what I'm saying.
I like Eric said, yeah, absolutely, man.
Lakers in 4.
Lakers in 4. Straight up.
Lakers in 4.
Man, listen.
And I just want to say that.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that regardless of what happens this season, it's solidified that Devin Booker is my favorite player after calling PG. It's soft ass, you know what? Because what people fail to realize is Devin Booker always kind of been like that. But now when you act like he's Devin Booker ain't never been afraid of nobody. Devin Booker been going at people, but now he kept that PG. He kept that same energy when we actually good. And yes, I know you said that because it's PG. But I mean, at the end of but in previous years, in previous years, they'd be like, "Bro, no, it's you play for the Suns, bro. What are you doing?"
I'm cooking. If you watch, I got books, bro. Moves.com. You better be watching, PG.
But Mikal Bridges was guarding him, not Book.
But listen, this is what I was gonna say though about the Lakers. Going back to the Lake Show, man. That Marc Gasol move here. I apologize, man.
That move is going to be major because
we told you this. I don't even like the Lakers, and I told you that.
But his passing ability, bro. His passing ability is one. He's can be a 5 and step out to the perimeter, but then pass like a wing. So that's leaving Bron crashing to the rim like never before. So I mean, the season's still early, but the spacing might be the best that I've seen, man. And Vogel, I'm sold.
Logo Gasol can still hit that thing too.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's what made the pass even worse because he can fake it and just shoot it from there.
We got I got a lot of criticism from Marc Gasol signing, but like I said, his passing is unmatched. Like I said, the spacing is crazy, like we saying, and the offense is just the ball movement is just immaculate. Like everybody, it's like we got 3-point guards on the court. Like
it's cooking.
So I like the fact that I only think I hated that training camp wasn't longer, wasn't a lot for they can build the chemistry. We got to use these actual games to gel. So it's going like I said, as the season goes on, it's going to get better. The defense is going to lock down because Vogel, that's what he does, and I like it. We're gonna add another piece later on once some buyouts happen. Trade deadline. We're gonna get better. We're gonna keep getting better. But like I said, I like the versatility of the roster, and we're gonna keep getting better.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Fantasy. I see you guys got your trophy.
Yeah. This is other league. I want a chip in both leagues. I had to bring it to the show.
Those is on the way, and that's why we had you on here now. We want to ask you right now: would you like a ring or would you like a trophy?
That's a good one. I'll take it. Hey, the ring might be cool. I got one. You know what I'm saying? This is real. This legit. But I'll take a ring, bro. That'll be cool, bro. I appreciate that.
Okay. I mean, it's your time to shine. You came in the league. See, if people really don't know, you being real.
They don't know the story, right? They don't know the story about it, right?
You being real modest now, being real chill. Tory talks trash, bro.
Yeah. I do. I'm just waiting for my time, bro. Hey, we have to have a good show. Then I'll get my shine on.
Like Tory talks trash. Tory came in. He said, "Are you sure you want me to add you to the league?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. We want some competition." He like, "All right, look, I'm coming to win that thing."
Hey, sign me up to win, bro. And what's crazy though, like when you add me to the league, like somebody dropped out. It's only the 12th pick left, and I'm like, man, I hate picking last. But I was like, you know what? We're gonna strategize. Put me in there. Let's go. Yeah. And the rest is history, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like it was cool. It was fun. What I liked about our league is that it was competitive across the board. Like everybody, except for that one guy, I don't even know who the hell he was. But
Nigel France, you are no longer in the league because you compromised the integrity of our league because you wanted to be a thought over in Tulum. I can't believe you.
But hey, bro, why y'all bring up old stuff, bro? God,
I need my rematch.
Tulum.
I need my rematch.
We're gonna get there. We'll get there. But but for real, like it was cool though. Having that competition, you know what I'm saying? But it was just after the draft, I was just like, it was times where I made picks. I'm like, this dude's still here? Wait a minute. What's going on?
Elite, man.
It was, man. And then, it just happened to play out. But what pissed me off the whole year is I kept fucking losing to AJ. Like I lost to AJ. I'm like, bro. I said, bro, I lost to AJ. Hold on one second, buddy.
Hey, TJ.
So I lost to AJ early on. I think it was a close game by like 3 or 4. So all right, whatever, it's cool. I get him at the end. Then at the end, he beat me again, and I'm just like, and you already know my first battle when we did the little verses, he beat me out, and I thought I should have won that. So I'm pissed. I'm like, this nigga always beat me. This nigga always beat me. So I'm like, you know what? I look at the bracket. I was like, I hope he wins. I hope he wins. I'm watching the games for his games. I'm like, please let him win. And we got to the chip. I'm like, oh shit. But the funniest part though, no lie. So we go into the last day. Everything was like 117 or 115 or something. He was up like 2 or 3. Yeah, I had Stephon Diggs. Yeah. I had Stephon Diggs left, and I was like, watch. He ain't gonna throw Stephon Diggs the ball ever. He ain't giving Stephon Diggs the ball at all. And like the first couple drives, he's throwing it to everybody else. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. And then he just took off. And I was like, well, there you go.
Sorry, let me tell you. Sorry, let me tell you how bad my luck is because I was in between a rock and a hard place, bro. You had Stephon Diggs, and I needed you to not get nothing. But in another league, I was down 51 points, and Josh Allen was my quarterback.
Yeah.
Josh Allen got to 46 points.
Yeah, and they benched him.
So I ended up losing to you and in another league because Josh Allen got benched. Bro,
Yeah.
I'm the Buffalo Bills of fantasy football. It's solidified. It's solidified.
But not, yeah. But it's cool, man.
AJ. I always talk my trash about AJ on this because he gives me terrible fantasy advice. Like he purposely gives me bad fantasy advice because we're in multiple leagues. So that's why I personally hate him in fantasy. But I know he's a true competitor. But I have zero faith in him in championship games where he dropped the ball. Bro.
Yeah.
I've literally been to like 6 championships in a row.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Haven't won.
You ain't
none
won
of them.
none.
I haven't won since like 2015, bro.
Well, I'm 2-0 this year. You know what I'm saying? Because I was winning, I got 2 of them things. 2.
Don't worry. I'm coming back next year.
That's impressive, though.
Of course, you got to be in the league next year. That mean you're gonna win it,
bro. I'm saying like at the end of the day,
it's
like it's almost like it's like the odds. There's no way that I can lose. Like I'm at 7, like I'm at 0-7 right now. I can't go to 0-10, right? Like I have to win one.
You challenge Murph? You're challenging Murph?
I am Murph. Talking about.
Yeah. So here comes number 7 and 8 next year. Why?
Better ask Jerry West how it go.
Thank
Better ask Jerry West how it go.
The odds. It can't get it out.
It can't be. I could never.
Yeah, this shit is hard.
What? If I'm in the league, you might want to not. You might want to get another one.
I'm gonna let you know.
Don't worry, I ain't worried. Oh, well, the Super Bowl hangover is real. Be careful.
Yeah, it definitely is, though, in fantasy.
I want to let everybody know. As y'all seen, I was drinking tea this episode. Your boy got caught COVID. You know what I'm saying? Boy was down this week.
The COVID-19.
Yeah. COVID was real. COVID was definitely real, fellas. You know, I ain't do nothing crazy. I wasn't out there wilding. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing my mask. I was doing everything responsible as you're supposed to do. I just caught it. You know, it was inevitable. I mean, I travel for work. So it probably was only a matter of time. But like you said, you just you gotta treat your immune system better, y'all. You know, that's all there is to it. That's all I can say.
So what tips could you give us?
I mean, take your vitamins. You know, elderberry, sea moss. I mean, you know, work out. Everybody, you know, if you're a health junkie, continue doing what you're doing. If you're not a health junkie, just like you said, just get your immune system. Just get your immune system right. Just, you know, take a 1 a day. You know, Flintstone pills if you got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever you got to do, get you something. You know what I'm saying, to get your immune system right. You know, like I said, continue to wait, wash your hands, be responsible. And do what you got to do. Like I said, I'm recovering well. You know, saying the family good.
Praise God.
You know, everybody good. But like I said, man, this COVID is real. The pandemic is still real. I want y'all to still be responsible.
And wear your mask. We know that it works.
Because it works. Because listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I went to Hill's house, man. Mm-hmm. And I went over there and I sat with Hill for about 30 minutes and I wore my mask. This is prior to his test. And 2 days after that, he told me, so I'm paranoid, but I did the thing. I waited 5 days. I got my test and I was negative. But the thing about the mask, when I was over there, I don't cap with my mask. My mask was not on my chin. It was not just covering my mouth. It was literally over my nose and my mouth tight. And when Hill first told me, I said, dang, I was over there too. And Hill said, she was masked up the whole time. And I said, well, we about to see if the mask really works. And the mask works. So wear your mask, man.
Absolutely, Eric. Wash your damn mask. Eric said, "What?"
Yeah, like you said,
wash it. Buy a bunch of them, man. I got
you wearing that same mask. He keep it hanging in the mirror. Nah, fam, get you a new mask.
That's how you gonna catch it. That's how the second strain was invented. Don't wash that mask.
That's what a badass fucking halitosis and COVID. Oh, you gonna die.
Yeah,
you're done. You're done.
This episode 91. I'm Hill. That's Cannon. It's AJ. Fantasy football winner Tory.
Yes,
I
sir.
know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.man.weave@gmail.com. This seems like this is gonna be our new date. So keep us locked in on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And we out.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
appreciate y'all boys for having me, man. Hey, y'all to the good bros. J5 was yesterday. Y'all, you know the vibes. Appreciate y'all, man. 100.
Yes, sir.